When I decided to travel alone by bicycle, that's when a very important part of my growth began. But within all of this, a question came up that would torment me more than I expected. What would happen if I died on this trip? I understood many things when my sister asked me a question.
Oye, pero, ¿qué es exactamente lo que te da miedo de la muerte?
Pues morirme.
Sí, pero, ¿qué parte? ¿Cómo va a suceder? O lo que pasa después, porque a mí, por ejemplo, pues me da miedo que no sepamos con exactitud lo que vaya a pasar después.
Ok, qué buena pregunta. Pues sí, más que nada creo que es el hecho de cómo puede suceder. A veces vienen a mi mente escenarios catastróficos. It wasn't until she asked me this question that I realized what scared me most about death. And now that I go a little back in time, I remember when I was getting everything ready to travel alone by bike. I really imagined catastrophic scenarios to the point that I felt fear reflected in my body, but then I would see how it was reflected in my reality. Empecé a escuchar ruidos de animales y me empezaron a gruñir, así que imaginé que...
Hola.
You need help?
No. ¿A dónde me ha llevado esta hermosura? Miren nomás. Esa hermosura y mis hermosas piernas, obviamente. Gran motor. He llegado a España. ¡Qué emoción, qué emoción, qué emoción! He llegado al primer pueblo de España. Se llama Paymogo. Y llegué a este hostal, pero no hay nadie. Voy a ir en busca de la Guardia Civil a ver si tienen algún lugar para acampar. Porque de lo emocionada que estaba de que entré a España, no me di cuenta que ya era tarde. Ya son las 7 de la tarde, así que ojalá encuentre algo por aquí.
¿Sí?
Hola, Uche. ¿Qué tal? ¿Sabe que Isabelo me pasó su teléfono porque estoy viajando en mi bicicleta? Me dijo que quizá con usted podría encontrar un lugar para acampar. Solo que ahora se me ha hecho tarde y estaba buscando ir quizá con la Guardia Civil y me dio su teléfono, me dijo que podía preguntarle a usted.
Si no sé si trae usted su tienda también de campaña o trae, supongo que trae su mochila.
Sí,
con
sí, yo tengo todo para acampar y...
Vale, en el polideportivo puede acampar perfectamente, ahí lo único que van los niños es hacer deporte por las tardes.
Ah, bueno.
Y es una zona llana, es una zona tranquila, es una zona con seguridad, no tienes problema en el polideportivo.
Ah, perfecto.
Lo puedes cerrar y lo puedes abrir, como quiera, porque no tiene candado ni tiene fechadura.
Bueno.
Entra, cierra, sale, vuelve a cerrar, sí.
Vale, muy bien. Muchísimas gracias, Arcade.
Venga, gracias, hasta luego.
Sí, bonita tarde, hasta luego. Pero, y luego van y juegan y se van como a qué hora, ¿sabes? Los niños.
A las 8 o 9.
Ok, bueno, no, está bien, no importa, porque igual a esa hora se está metiendo el sol, así que...
Pero allí hay muchos niños chicos y vas a estar siempre encima tuya y no te dejan.
No.
No te vas a dejar, yo los conozco. Mejor, voy a esperar, si quieres, tú quieres. En el campo es mejor porque ahí estás sola.
Isabella recommended me that I go camping at a hermitage outside of town, but I preferred to follow the mayor's advice and headed to the sports complex. I love kids anyway, so I didn't mind seeing them play soccer for a while. In fact, the place was perfect because it was at the back of the sports complex and somewhat hidden. It also protected me from the wind, and there was still some time before the sunset, so I prepared my dinner and everything was going fine. I didn't have any issues with the kids. They even went to the other side of the complex so they wouldn't bother me, but honestly, I was waiting for this moment when their ball would escape so I could throw it back to them as hard as I could. I wasn't very good at it. Then I started setting up the tent and did some yoga while waiting for the kids to leave so I could go to sleep. Since I thought it was pretty obvious that I would sleep here, I didn't think about the consequences of them being fully aware that I would be here alone all night. And I wasn't fully aware that we weren't just talking about little kids playing soccer, but also teenagers and even some adults. And even though I didn't fully understand the intention of the person who would come later, he came to remind me one of my biggest fears. Once it got dark, I went into the tent. About an hour later, a guy entered, smoking with a light and the music blasting. He came to the back of the sports complex where I was and sat right in front of the tent. Guys, my heart started racing 1,000 miles per hour. I sat up and turned on the light, asking him what he was doing. I was in shock. The only thing my instinct told me to do at that moment was to shine the light to see his face, grab my knife in one hand and my GPS in the other hand, which has an emergency button. When I asked him what he was doing, he didn't respond, so I found it really strange that he didn't say anything. I grabbed my phone and called the mayor, and thank God I had his phone number, seriously. Then I saw him get up and get closer. He turned his light on me, and honestly, I thought he was just about to open the tent. That's when the mayor answered, and I, very upset, told him what was happening. So the mayor told me, put it on speaker. And I could feel how the mayor was starting to get anxious too, and at that moment he wasn't in town to rush to my rescue. Then the guy started gesturing to me, saying that he couldn't talk or hear. This seemed strange because he had the music blasting. So when I told the mayor the signs he was making, the mayor said, I know who he is, don't worry, he's deaf-mute. He won't hurt you, relax. The guy started gesturing more, and I understood that he was inviting me to go out and smoke with him. I gestured back, saying no, telling him to go away, to leave. And after a few minutes, he kept insisting, but I kept insisting that he leave, until finally he left. As soon as he left, I burst into tears. I was in shock, and a few minutes later, I heard a guy's voice shouting at me.
Hola. Hola. Hablo español. Hola. No.
Don't worry. Mi amigo es el alcalde.
Ok.
Yo tengo llaves for you. The case.
¿Van a cerrar?
No, te abrimos esto para que duermas si quieres.
¿Aquí adentro?
Sí.
Bueno, sí, está bien.
¿Tienes luz en el móvil? ¿Puedes poner luz?
Sí.
I turned on the light, and the first thing I saw was the face of an angel. So I relaxed. It was undressed with some keys to open the bathroom door, so I could go in there and feel safer. But then his mom Dolores came in too, and when she saw me, she said, "What are you doing here alone?" So she hugged me and I started crying. It was exactly what I needed, a hug that made me feel safe and protected. Dolores immediately said, "You are coming to my house." So I grabbed what I needed, left my bike in the bathroom, and went with them. I had a long, warm shower, and then they invited me to dinner. And here would begin the real great experience of what it means to travel this way. The people.
Sí, no tanto como quisiera, porque... Sí, pero sí.
No miramos aquí, ¿no? No miramos, actuamos.
No, es que es lo que yo he tratado de aprender porque grabarme, por ejemplo, me ha sido muy difícil. Pero luego entiendo, ok, este es mi trabajo, pero también no tengo que actuar, o sea, estoy viviendo esta vida, ¿no? Esto es lo que está pasando en realidad, no estoy actuando, entonces...
Es que como tú pones a actuar ya sale un poco más forzado, más...
The next day, I had the opportunity to meet more of Dolores and Andres' family. They took me to see the town, and I spent some time with them enjoying a good time.
¿Ahí? ¿Este era el colegio?
They made sure to show me everything I needed to see.
Hola, buen día.
Los bautizos, todo.
Aquí hacen todo.
Todos los eventos. Todos los eventos relacionados con la religión. Bueno, también está la iglesia de la ermita,
Sí.
que es donde se hace la romería.
¿Y se hace la romería?
Y ya luego se ha convertido en la iglesia, pero en tiempo pues el castillo...
La muralla, digamos, hasta donde están los focos, más o menos.
Decía que hay una puerta que dentro, debajo de la iglesia entera, está el moro enterrado con todos sus tesoros, porque antiguamente el moro que moría se tenía que enterrar con todas sus riquezas.
Hay tesoros, ahora vamos a abrir el
Escucha, con todas sus riquezas.
Vamos a llevarlo.
Tesoro,
Ahora no sé si se la ven ahora.
tesoro no, pero cuentan que hay un pasadizo,
Que llega a casa de...
no, un pasadizo que comunica todos los castillos de la sierra, de aquí del lado de la que comunican todos. Carreteras.
Lleva mucha agua, que hace mucha calor.
They kept introducing me to everyone we met along the way.
Dice que me vaya con ella.
No me digas sí.
Ella es amiga mía, Manoli.
Mucho gusto, ¿cómo estás?
Then they introduced me to the mayor.
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Americana.
¿Sí?
Me encanta.
Se hace que ya te vas en mi bici.
Yo me voy cuando me llevo tu bici.
Sí,
Yo me voy contigo y tú te llevas la mía así.
Vale, pues, ya está.
Trato hecho.
Trato hecho. Tú te llevas todo el peso. Vámonos.
Mira, Felipa, mi madre.
Hola, mucho gusto. ¿Cómo estás?
Then to all the friends and the friends of the friends. And they even planned to prepare some pepper spray for me.
Alcohol 92% y aceite de
De aceite también.
Dice, agrega pimienta mostaza, agrega un cucharada.
And they invited me to try the snails.
Pero me da a ti el sitio de saberlo.
Pero tú no lo mires, tú no me das la boca.
No, ya los vi.
Sí. Venga. Sí, dale. Pero es que el tacto es raro, que sí.
Yeah, well, they were kind of tasty, but the texture isn't my favorite. Anyway, they convinced me to stay a few more nights, so I would work a bit while they carried on with their lives.
¡Qué guapas! Vamos a hacer un gas pimienta porque no he encontrado en ningún lugar de Portugal ni de España. Y aquí mi amiga Ana vamos a hacer uno en casa.
And yes, we ended up making the pepper spray.
¿Más? Dale un poquillo más.
¿La has echado la pimienta ya? ¿La has echado la pimienta negra?
¿Qué crees?
¿La has echado pimienta negra?
Todavía no se me ha hecho. No está bien. No, sí, está bien. No me hubieras dicho.
¿Esa colonia o esta que está aquí?
Dame eso. Ten cuidado ahora.
Y ahora dale un par de veces porque no tener... No, tú sabes por qué no va con la pimienta.
Por la pimienta.
O sea, queda atascado.
Oh my gosh, seriously guys, I couldn't be more in love with all these people. Later that day, Asun invited me to her mother's house. I was really impressed by the space they had to celebrate the pilgrimage festivals. This is a religious and popular celebration, usually held in honor of a virgin or a saint. And they almost convinced me to stay here. Me puede mucho despedirme de esta gente. Paymogo, te llevo siempre en mi corazón. Y esta gente, gracias, en verdad. No llevo ni 5 kilómetros y ya los extraño, se los juro. Quiero volver. Saying goodbye to all these wonderful people was undoubtedly very painful, but I'm so grateful that we met. And I knew they came for a very special reason, which I can now understand and will tell you about that later. Everyone in Paymogo asked me why I decided to cross through this town if it didn't seem very special. But the truth is, it has everything special. Apart from the beautiful people you meet, it's also part of a route called the European Trail Divide, which is an incredible diverse bike route full of surprises. It crosses from the shores of the Arctic Ocean in Norway to the wild Atlantic coast of southwestern Portugal. It's an epic cross-country journey across the European continent, passing through 9 countries and countless dirt roads, trails, quiet streets, and traffic-free paths. And yes, honestly, some sections of this route are pretty tough. This video doesn't do justice to how steep this was, but thanks to these unknown men who came and gave me a good push.
¿Cómo te llamas?
Victoria.
Yo
¿Y usted?
Domingo.
¿Cómo?
Domingo.
Domingo. Mucho gusto. Bueno, ok.
Pues tú coges por ahí,
Sí.
al barranco, sigues al frente, la cuestecita arriba, y cuando llegas a la pista te giras a tu derecha.
A la derecha.
Y
Pues
ya
sí.
vas a ver, igual que si fuera una carretera, pero de tierra.
Ah, vale.
Es de tierra. Y ya vas arriba para el motio. ¿Quieres ver las cabras aquí?
¿Las vi ahorita pasar?
Pero
¿Usted las trae?
Sí.
Sí. Bueno, no, pues muchas gracias. Me voy a ir para allá entonces.
No, vete por ahí, pero yo te he dicho porque como te metas por aquí no sale, ¿eh?
Bueno, ya está pues.
Mira, hasta el burro te está gastando un mando.
Que me devuelva.
Llega a un sitio, si llevas todo lo vas a hacer. ¿Te paras así en la sombrita?
Sí.
¡Qué alivio!
A descansar un rato.
¡Ay, qué alivio!
Sí, de verdad que sí.
Guapita, que tengas muchísima suerte.
Gracias, igualmente. Muy bonita vida. Cuídese mucho, ¿eh?
Igualmente, cariño.
Gracias.
Yeah, like I said, honestly, this route can be a bit brutal, but thank God you meet people who guide you on a better path.
Like a phoenix from the ash, find my strength from within.
Wow. Qué silencio.
Solo escucho esta mosca andando.
All these experiences remind me that everything boils down to what great thinkers throughout history have said before. But I want to sum it up in a quote that I really liked from Epictetus. It's not things that disturb us, but our opinions about them. And through this process, I realized that many great spiritual and philosophical traditions have a concept related to the transformative power of the mind and thoughts.
Es maravilloso. ¿Verdad?
These teachings agree that our thoughts shape our experience of life and our reality. And I've realized from my perspective, in my reality, that's how it's been. And then reading more about the topic of death, I came across words that changed the way I see many things. But I leave you with a quote from Neale Walsch in his book Home with God. He said, "When you are no longer afraid of dying, you will no longer be afraid of living." And although death has been portrayed to us as much pain and maybe one of the worst things that could happen to us, I also believe it's part of the beautiful natural cycle of life. And at least for me, it's like the closing of a fulfilled purpose too. So all of this leaves me even more certain that faith and fear are powerful creative forces. And I can say that daring to face this fear and having the faith to confront life in search of what my heart truly asks of me is what leads me to build the life I truly want to live. So cheers to us, living our life to the fullest, enjoying the moment, expanding ourselves, and always following where our heart guides us. And if you want to know where your heart is leading you, ask yourself what makes you happiest in life. What would you do with your time if there were no limits to it? And even if you didn't get paid to do it, you'll be amazed by the wonderful opportunities you can find through this, only if you dare.
Hola.
Buenos días. Hace bastante viento. Son las 9:40 de la mañana y me dormí muy tarde porque empecé a escuchar ruidos de animales y salí y eché la luz y me empezaron a gruñir, así que imaginé que eran jabalís. Y estuvieron un rato por aquí rondando, pero ya luego le marqué a un amigo para preguntarle qué me recomendaba y para calmarme. Y ya, al rato se fueron, pero así es la vida. Caprichosa, a veces negra, a veces color rosa, así es la vida. And that's the life I've decided to live. All of this was in my mind before it became reality. And so everyone has their own thing. I send you loads of love.